Hey guys. Man, seemed like it's been a forever since I saw you guys and you've seen us. But I want to welcome you to Heavenly Harvest Homestead. My name's Ken, and we have a little homestead here in North Carolina, down in the central part of North Carolina. And we've been dealing with the COVID just like everybody else. Everybody should knows that I'm a school teacher, and when COVID hit, it just dominated my life. You know, between having to make all my school online and just going through the processes, and by the time we were able to take a breath, everything was dead. The garden was done, so we decided to go on a hiatus, and that's why we've been gone so long. But you notice I had been putting up my videos for my sermons, but we're going to be changing some things around the channel. We're going to be turning it back into a homestead channel. Not that we're going to be removing God out of the picture, but we're going to turn it more into a homestead picture so we can document our lives here on the farm. And I'll still be preaching, but it'll be on a different channel. The channel is going to be called Faith by the Pond, and you can check that out whenever you feel. We also are on Facebook, and that's where I generally preach at, is on Facebook, through the same thing. So it'll be through Faith of the Pond. My wife has a ministry each day called Coffee with Jesus, and from Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. and that's through her page. And then also on Wednesday nights I have a Bible study we do on the same thing, Faith by the Pond. And then Brian and Savannah, my son-in-law and daughter, they do a Bible study on Friday nights at 7 on WTL Fellowship. But enough about that. I want to bring you to our farm. I want to show you around, show what's going on. We've got some new things going this year, and I want to let you know what it is. So let's roll. Alright, first thing, let's walk around here and look at the changes that have happened. So you guys should remember this is the beds that we had last year. And I'd showed how to build these, but we had some additions to the farm last year, where we added a new bed here, and we added a new bed here, and I put another box on this because we're going to fill this all the way to the top, because that soil, after it depressed down, was only about 6 inches. And we grew kale in here, and it didn't do very well. Obviously, because 6 inches of dirt. Well, let me show you what we got going on now. Show you what I'm doing. So here's another bed. But look at this. This is our new garden spot. So remember, we had a ground garden over here, and the ground garden, it did okay. It wasn't the best, and mostly because of what I explained about is that we have very sandy soil, so it doesn't hold the nutrients very good. So I decided, you know what, we're going to go gangbuster, and we're going to put out more raised beds. And so this was an addition of 10 extra beds. So what we're doing this year is we're expanding beyond our own family, and we're going to grow us a market garden. And this little guy here, this is my strawberry tower that I built off of the scraps from this beautiful garden beds. And you see we've we put a new fence around our chicken yard, and I've got my goats in the chicken yard. Got my two mama goats over here doing their thing, and we are just loving it. And Holly's out here being our guardian. She's you can see how much she's grown since we last put her on here. She was a little wee thing last time. So Fiona's over here. She's got babies, and then Shuggy is over here leaning against the fence. So those are our two female goats. We sold the other two just recently, downsizing our herd a little bit, mainly because they have not had any kids for the last 2 years. So here's the bucks over here. So this is Piper, our little bottle baby that was little. He's not little anymore. He's actually going to be the dad for Fiona's baby. And then the guy behind them, that's Calvin. He's our new Nubian buck. So we got Nigerian dwarfs and Nubians being on the farm here. And I've got an electric fence around them. I think this was here last time I put this up. So we had all our goats in here at one point, and then we had to move the boys down. We moved them down to the bottom. So let me show you what else we got going on. So everything looks pretty constant, but right now we've got this guy right here. This is our rooster cage, and I'm not putting in there. They fight, but I'm not putting in there for that reason. We're going to grow them out for food because we hatch our own eggs now. So I don't want to have a whole bunch of roosters around. They really serve no purpose if you're not going to be, all they do is fight. And I've already got primary roosters that I am going to be utilizing. And then we also have our Americanas right here. And I have I'm keeping these guys isolated because we raise Americanas and we sell their chicks. So right now I've got 2 hens and a rooster, and we've got a whole bunch more that are in growth right now. I'll take you in there and show you that. So that's the greenhouse. You can see it's still intact. It's doing great, and we have been doing a lot of starts in here. We're a little bit behind. Let me open this door up because they're going to fry to death if they don't. See what the temperature is in here. So the temperature is 80 degrees. Now, this thing holds 80 degrees pretty well. I'm pretty impressed. So look in here. You can see there's all my new babies. So these black ones here were supposed to be, those two, that black one there and this one here, they're supposed to be I am Sermanis, but I think I got duped because they don't look like I am Sermanis. They got like gray feathers and stuff, so I think we got duped here. But there's the cheeky babies. This is our little brooder pen. We've sold several, but this is what we have hanging out left over. And then you see Beth has got some hollyhocks put into these buckets here. And then up here she planted some zinnias in an old tray for muffins. And this is the seeding station. So this year I'm using soil blocks, making soil blocks with our soil block maker. And we're going to try that. I've watched a lot of our fellow homesteaders making, using soil blocks. Justin Rhodes swears by it, so we figured I'd give it a try and see how it works. So far it looks like it's going to work. Let me open up these windows here and get some airflow through here. There we go. All right, let me take you around here because this is new also. I didn't have these last time we were on here. I've got my rabbitry back. So here is my buck pen. I've got this is Demelza. She's one of our ladies, and she's got some good things going on here. Let me hold up just a second. Let me check something. Okay, so this is our one of our breeding females. Her name is Demelza, and she is the mama of these guys over here, and also the tan one back there laying on top of this gray one. The gray bunny was the baby from this mama Ruby, and she's pregnant right now. She had a hard time her first time. She had 8, but she wasn't a very good mom, and all but one of them died. So we're giving her one more chance, and hopefully she'll be able to be a better mom this time. And then our primary buck, this is Ross, and he is a sweetheart. He does a good job, and he'll let you hold him and pet him and all that good stuff. So he is a good buck. All right, so over on this side, you can see that where we had the grow out pen for our fryers, or for our meat chickens, we've moved it, and we're going to turn this into a potato bed. It's down there now, so that's where the new meat birds will be, and I'm going to talk about that later on because we've had to make some decisions about meat birds. Then I turned the old chicken house into a storage for my lawn equipment. All right, so let me take you down to the bottom and show you what's going on down there. Now, I know I didn't tell you about that pen yet because that's what I was going to tell you about. I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later. That's where we're going to be doing our meat chickens. All right, so let's go on down to the bottom here. You see I put a little deck here. This is where I've been preaching my messages. And we're going to be extending this all the way out to the edge of the pond. The pond is a little bit low right now. I've drained it down because we're doing some maintenance. So it's a little bit low right now, but don't worry, it will be full capacity here really soon. We're just doing some maintenance, trying to kill off some of this algae and chara and stuff. All right, let's head down here to the bottom here. Because we've had some more additions. We've been busy. All right, here I've got a watering system for my animals down here. So I've got a barrel, 2 barrels. I hook it up to the pond. It drains. It's a spring-fed pond, so it's constantly running. I hook them up, fill them up, and then change back over. And then the other pipe that's there drains down to the creek and feeds the creek. So this is my new additions to the farm. We have American guinea hogs. Look at that. Got two girls and a boy, and they are sweethearts. They are awesome. I got them down here in a little electric fence, and they're doing what pigs do. They're rooting around and doing their thing. So let me set this up, and I'll go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and feed them and show you what's up. All right, you can hear these guys. They're very vocal. They're ready for some food. Got some scraps here. They get a lot more than that. We just give them our peels and stuff. They love it. And I give them a scoop of grain. I usually give them 2 scoops. If you want to have peels and whatnot, I usually just give them 1. There we go. And then their water bucket is right over here. I need to go fill that guy up, so I'll be... All right, so there's our guinea hogs. I originally had them right here in this Premier One fence, and with that 5-mile Energizer, it would not light up this fence, and I couldn't figure it out. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the fence or what's going on. So I'm going to contact Premier One and see what they recommend. I'm hoping it's not a defective fence, because it'll be the first time I ever got anything from Premier One that was defective. All right, so let's head back up to the top. Okay, guys, I want to just give you an update on our starts. So let me show you what I got going on in here. In this little tray right here, we've got some lettuce started, and this one I've got some Brussels sprouts. They're in a little strawberry, the ones you get from the store. And we put in this tray with a dome on it to give it a little bit more humidity, and they're both sitting on heat mats. This is something new that we added this year, and also added these funky light LEDs as well. I had one that malfunctioned, plugged it in, and it started flashing sporadically, and I was like, what in the world? So if you've had that problem with these and you know what to do, let me know, because right now it's just sitting over there chilling out. And then I got my old trusty dusty fluorescent lamp here that I pulled out of the shop last year, and this has got purple Russians in it and sweet banana peppers, and I put these in a week ago today, and there's already sprouts coming up. This has got to be the fastest I've ever germinated tomatoes, but I'm talking about banana peppers. Look at that. Those are banana peppers right there. That is nuts. I have never had them come up this fast. But what I want to show you is this tray right here. This is kind of a neat little tray. So over here, these are pink bumblebees. This is cherry slicers. And then we call this one a Big Mama. It's Amish tomato. This is one that we grew in the greenhouse last year, all year long, and then we planted it in the ground, and it just kept on rocking on. So these three here are all saved seeds. This was out of a pack from Baker Creek. And I want you to look at how big these are compared to those. I just happened to notice this today. I'm like, what in the world? So all three of these guys were all seed saved packs that Beth saved last year. This was a pink bumblebee that was out of the Baker Creek pack. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but that just seemed odd that they were smaller than the other tomatoes are. So they're sitting up here underneath one of these Furry and Morris lights that you get from Walmart. I tried some different lights this year because I wasn't sure exactly which ones were actually working. I don't even know if these really work that well. I was trying to remember, and I wanted to document it this year a little bit better because I didn't document it very well of what lights were working where. In this tray here, I've got my hot peppers. So those are serranos right there. I've got some anchos that have not come up. I've got some jalapenos. Got two cayennes that have come up. These right here, this row right here is called the Sugar Rush. These are new. I got them from Baker Creek this year. And then I've got some hot banana peppers on the back side there. Got one of them that's come up. But as you know, peppers are always slow to come to the party. So I'm not really overly... I'm surprised that the serranos are up so fast. That was nuts, but there's a heat mat underneath there. Then down here is all my sweet peppers. So this first one is a new one that we're growing this year called a habanada. Learned about these from Living Traditions. I think she grew some, and I'm looking forward to seeing those because Beth doesn't like hot peppers, but she likes the flavor, so that's what we're shooting for. And then I've got, let me pull this lid off right quick so I can see this one-handed thing is. So I've got these laid down because they stick up too high. So this row here is my habanadas. This row here, so that's a jalapeno. And then from these rows here, and I use soil blocks this year. These are my red Marconi peppers. None of them have germinated yet. And then I've got a sweet pepper here that Beth seed saved, but I don't know exactly what sweet pepper she was referring to. So I think that might have been the Carmen peppers. And then on the back side over here, I've got a chocolate bell pepper, which is what's come up here, and a green bell pepper on the back side. And there's one little bitty guy back there in the back corner that's come up. So that's what we got here in the grow room. Rocking on. Now I want to show you one more tray. I'll save this one for last because this whole entire tray is paste tomatoes. Alright, so what I did is I split it up. So half the tray is a Amish paste, half the tray is a San Marzano. And I wanted you to notice that how these things are coming. They germinated in a circle. These was originally up here at the top with this Furry and Morris light. So I moved them down here today to put them under this new light to see if it would help with the germination. So if you've ever seen this before, that just struck me as odd too. Of what in the world, why would it, in a circle like that with nothing in the center? So I just wanted to show you that. And then this is an experiment that Beth did. This is a acorn squash that we got from Walmart this year. We ate it, and she seed saved it, and then she put some seeds in here, and that big monster's come out of there. So that's gonna be a new thing for our farm, because we really like acorn squash. We'd never had them before, but we really like them. So I just want to give you a quick update on our seed starts. So back here in the back, you see we've got my sweet potatoes trying to grow some slips. These things have got to be the slowest things on the planet that I've ever seen to start making roots. And I'm suspect that my potatoes I have may not. Some of the potatoes you buy from the store, they put growth inhibitors on them to prevent them from growing. And I'm suspecting that that may be the case with these. So we may be going and buying some more sweet potatoes from that are locally grown and trying to do our slips from there. Otherwise, we're going to be buying sweet potato slips, which I do not want to do. I'm trying not to have to buy any plants this year. I'm trying to grow all that we need. So just want to give you a quick update with that. And if you have any questions, or if you know anything about what's going on with these, if you've seen this happen before with the circular, or if you've seen this happen before with these low seeds versus or seed packs versus saved seeds. Now, likely I would attribute this to they cross-pollinated last year because of how we grew them. So it's possible that they may. But why would that make them grow bigger? Seemed like that would make them smaller. So that's my question. So, I don't know. Like I told you last year, I don't have all the answers. That's why I look to my YouTube family to help me out on this. And I reach out to several people. Now, I do know a lot about tomatoes, but this is, like I said, it's when things like this come up that this is another learning opportunity. I am digging these heat mats, though. I put a heat mat this year. That's another addition. I'd never used heat mats before. And so far, everywhere where I've got these funky LED lights and heat mats, everything has worked great. All right, I'll catch you outside. Well, I want to thank y'all for joining us today. Once again, I want to welcome you back. If you have not done so, go ahead and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Give us some love. And share this video so we can share this love around. But I want you to remember one thing, that God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. God bless y'all. We love you. So as you can see, we got a lot going on around here, and I hope you guys will join us as we go through the growing season and how our animals are doing. Like I said, we have 2 goats that are going to kid out pretty soon, so I'm excited about that. That'll be our second goats that are born on here, and got a lot of ideas. But I want to bring you guys along, and hope you guys enjoy sharing our lives. So if you have not done so, please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And if you're new to the channel, let us know that what you'd like to see. We're going to try to do a little about the same, a little bit different than we have in the past. So a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But until next time, remember, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. God bless y'all. We love you. Have a good one.